Hi, I hope you're having a great day. Well, today I want to talk about a lifestyle. It's a kind of a diet, but I prefer to call it a lifestyle because moving forward, this lifestyle or this particular diet in the future is going to replace every single fad diet that's out there. You see, we make choices for fad diets when we're filled with insecurity, when we're filled with fear, when we're filled with desperation to lose weight or heal a disease that we have. Our minds get filled with fear and insecurity, and we react to whatever's going on in our life. We look left and right. We try to start copying people. We try to start Googling fad diets, believing that it will work for us. But if you're one of those people right now who is still searching for the right diet, then you know by now that none of the fad diets that you've done before have ever worked, because fad diets do not work. The only thing that can help you lose weight, keep the weight off in a safe way, help you to prevent the onset of disease, possibly help you to heal from even the most deadly diseases, is a powerful drug called lifestyle. We have to understand that your diet today will be different tomorrow. Your day, what you do today is different from tomorrow. The amount of energy you expend, the kind of mental power you use at office, everything is changing and constantly evolving. How can one piece of paper listing out a couple of foods and a method of eating work effectively for all of us? But yet we look around at what the world is doing, we read fancy things, and we believe that by copying a particular diet or someone's particular diet, we are going to get the same results as that particular person. It's about time we wake up, we pinch ourselves, and come out of that dream and illusion that fad diets work, because they've not worked for the last 20 years, they're not going to work in the next 20 years. What I want to talk about is a lifestyle change. It's existed. It's not my idea. It's always existed. It's existed decades and decades ago. People are doing it today. Hundreds and thousands of people are using intermittent fasting to change their health. Now, the first mindset that you need to make is get weight loss out of your mind. You aim for good health. The very fact that you put on weight, the very fact that you're unable to lose that weight is because somewhere you stopped looking after your health. So right now, if you try to make your goal and your mindset believe that weight loss is your goal, you're going to keep chasing something which only gets more and more elusive over time. And that's exactly what's happening. Desperation. People running after diets, fad diets. Everyone wants to know who lost weight, how they lost weight, and then we try to replicate everything where they do. We get more miserable, we feel more deprived, we feel more starved, and we have all these problems, and yet we don't get our results. Why I say and why I believe that intermittent fasting is going to replace every single fad diet on this planet is because it works. And the only thing stopping most people from doing it is that word fast. People with small minds. Now, when I say small minds, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I say our minds get small when it's filled with fear and insecurity, and it blinds us from trying new things. I say a small mind when we're not willing to expand beyond the horizon of our mind and look at things which are based on simplicity and common sense. Yet we keep looking for what the world is doing, and we try to embrace that. So what I'm saying is this particular diet, which is called an intermittent diet, is a way of life. It is a lifestyle. It is not a diet. It is a way of life. It respects two cycles in the human body. Every human body goes through an elimination phase and it goes through a building phase. It's as simple as that. If you eat in the elimination phase, it's not going to help you with your weight. It's not going to help you with your immunity. It's not going to help you with any aspect of your health. But if you eat well in the building phase, that's when your cells are open to nourishment. It's like a sponge. It's waiting for nutrition. It's waiting for vitamins. It's waiting for energy. It's waiting for trace minerals. It's waiting to absorb all of that into your cells. That's why it's called the building phase. And the elimination phase is the phase where you are detoxifying, cleaning, repairing, rejuvenating, rebuilding, and all of that stuff. You can't complicate these two phases. Now, this has existed in decades, because before, when we go back years and years ago, as the sun set, people ate their last meal. Now, a lot of religions will say, oh, this is from our religion. We're not talking about religion, because if you ask me, the new religion is lifestyle, and the new religion is going to be lifestyle. People ate early before the sun set because after the sun sets, you don't have light. You didn't have electricity at that point. So you finish eating and then you automatically have your meal the next morning, probably at sunrise. So your body automatically respects the elimination phase and moves into fasting. People didn't have to push themselves into fasting. It was a way of life. And yet every religion across the world also talks about fasting for health benefits, for spirituality, to learn discipline, to learn how to not give into our greed, and to basically learn to abstain. So all of these lessons come in different religions. But like I said, we're not talking about religion today. We're talking about a new religion, which is called lifestyle. Now, in intermittent fasting, what's changed is our life. We don't like intermittent fasting because how are we going to enjoy our late meals at night? How are we going to enjoy parties and socializing when food is served at 10 in the night, 11? Some parties even start after that. So because of that, we have a mental block. Because of that, we don't like to believe that something as natural as fasting is probably the only thing that you need to do right now to change your health. We have to understand that when the body completely eliminates, every function of your body works absolutely perfectly, like your human body was designed. When we're filled with fear and insecurity, we forget the fact that the human body has an intelligence and brilliance of its own to heal us, to repair us, to clean us, to detoxify us. We don't need any of this if the human body is working right. Now, I'm not saying we don't need medicine. If you're on medicine, you need medicine, take your medicine. I'm talking about beyond medicine, that there's something called the healing power of our own body. But we want quick fixes. We're desperate. We can't wait. We need constant dopamine stimulation. So we need to keep on trying and trying new things. But we don't want to take a step back, be aware, be patient, mindfully listen to our bodies, and actually listen. Am I hungry when I'm eating, or am I eating out of habit? Most of us eat out of habit because we've got this whole cycle of breakfast at this time, lunch, and dinner. So we eat out of cycle, but sometimes if you're not hungry because your body's still eliminating, why should you be eating? The simplest example that I can give you around this is if you've had a late night party or you had a very late meal, when you wake up early in the morning to go to work, do you feel hungry? And most people who had a late night dinner will not feel hungry in the morning because your body is still in elimination mode. So at that point, you shouldn't eat. Gone are the days where we believe, and we were made to believe, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now, yes, there are some people who wake up genuinely hungry. There are some children who wake up genuinely hungry, depending on your job, depending on your metabolism, depending on several reasons. If you are hungry in the morning, physically hungry, eat. But all the other people and all the other children who get forced to eat breakfast because we've believed for the longest time that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, if you are not hungry, do not eat because your body is still eliminating. And when you're hungry, that's the start of your building phase. That's the time you should start eating. So let's understand how intermittent fasting can become a way of life, because I'm going to keep talking about this point over and over again until everyone and most people who open up their minds understand that something as simple as this natural process will be the reason for your lifestyle, your health, your weight, your acidity, everything, including your immunity, getting better. So intermittent fasting, people say, how long should I do it? 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours, it doesn't matter. A good fasting window is everywhere between 14 to 18 hours. Now, you may start off and break it in 10 hours. That's good. At least you tried it. The next day, you may do 11 hours, and then you may reach 12 hours. Some of you may reach 14, 15, and 16 without a problem. That's great. Some of you may pull it onto 18. Everybody is different. Now, we have to understand, if there's someone extremely fit, extremely clean, extremely healthy, even 12 hours of intermittent fasting will be enough for that person. Someone who has more toxins in their body and needs to be cleaned out more, someone who's carrying maybe a little more weight, the fasting window may go on for 14 to 16 to 18 hours. It's dependent from person to person. But we got to break our mindset and try to hang on to that 1 hour of 50, that one number of 15 hours, 18 hours, 16 hours. Start off with 10. Make it 12. Do it 15 on one day. Do it 18 on one day. When you live mindfully, you will understand when your body tells you to break the fast. Sometimes if you're listening carefully, the emotional hunger is making you break your fast much quicker. Sometimes the physical hunger may make you break your fast. If you've done a heavy workout the previous day and your body is genuinely craving nutrition, you may break your fast in 12 hours or 13 hours. Break it. It was still a good fast for your body. So we want to respect the elimination phase and the building phase, because then you allow the body to utilize energy. Everything is about energy. If we're constantly snacking throughout the day, eating small meals throughout the day, we are constantly using digestive power. We don't give our digestive system a break. And that energy can be used for rejuvenation, repair, healing, so many other functions that the human body requires energy for. So in the elimination phase, the human body uses all that energy to do what it needs with its brilliance and intelligence. And in the building phase, our job is to feed the human body. So whether your building phase is 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours, that is the time you don't diet. You eat. You give your body everything from fruits to nuts to whatever it is that you want, with sensibility, with common sense, and of course not overeating. That is the beauty of a building phase. You don't have to diet in a building phase. You don't have to restrict yourselves from fruits like some crazy diets don't allow you to have fruits and vegetables. These are dangerous diets. They may give you weight loss. They may make you feel good in your brain, but millions and trillions of cells in your body get deprived of digestive enzymes, raw fiber, trace minerals from natural sources and whole foods that nature's given us that no synthetic food or supplement can ever match to and give you that same amount of nutrition. So the beauty of intermittent fasting as a lifestyle allows you to eat everything that you probably grew up on, which is right for your body, right for your condition, and right for your disease. And you don't have to worry about deprivation, you don't have to worry about starving, none of that. Now, the beauty of intermittent fasting is I always tell people, do it for 3 days first. Why? The first day, you're going to be working with a lot of your fear and insecurity, hunger pangs. The second day gets a little bit better. By the third day, you will not want to break your fast because your energy levels will be so high. I want you to reach that day 3 because then you have a realization that, hey, it's not that bad. I can do it. When we know that we can do it, we start making it a lifestyle. Between the point of doing it and not doing it, what's blocking us is our own self-limiting beliefs, our own fears, our own insecurities. Now, there'll be loads of questions. I'm diabetic, can I do it? I'm acidic, can I do it? I think there are a lot of people watching this video who will answer that. We've had type 2 diabetes reversed in people who do intermittent fasting. Now, I can't tell you, according to your sugar levels, whether you should do it or not. You want to take supervision, speak to your doctor, work with your doctor. Work with your health professionals because you want to make sure that you don't go into hypo. So you want to balance your diabetic medication and all of that stuff. But yes, I believe that fasting can reverse type 2 diabetes if it's done in a controlled and phased way. People who are acidic, they got a little more acidic on the first day of fasting. By the second day, their acid levels settled down. By the third day, they were no longer acidic. Now, several people on medications and certain medical issues, of course, fasting may not be meant for you depending on the condition that you're going through. Like if you've lost a lot of weight and you're weak and you're going through heavy medication, fasting may not be the best thing for you. But I want you to put your mind to it, everyone else put your mind to it, and understand that this was a natural part of our lives, keeping long gaps between your dinner and between your next day. So now a lot of people will say, oh, but we're told to eat every 2 hours or 3 hours. This is the whole idea. Until you do intermittent fasting, okay, you will continue to live in fear of everything that you've heard. But when you do it, then you'll understand that they were all myths, that we don't have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Very few people have to, like a type 1 diabetic who needs to take their insulin dosages at a particular time. But for everyone else, we do not have to eat as much as we're eating today. The beauty is, now you may think, oh, I socialize every night. How will I go for dinners? Eat your dinner at home, fast, and still go. Socializing doesn't mean you have to eat at every single party you go for. Socializing doesn't mean it has to revolve around alcohol and food all the time. It can revolve around intellectual conversations, talking, and just having fun. And this is not something that you have to do all the time. It's a lifestyle change that you choose. So if you decide to start your intermittent fast at 6 in the evening or 7 in the evening or 8 in the evening, you calculate 12 hours later or 14 hours later or 16 hours later and you break your fast. During the intermittent fast, you can have water, plain water. There is no tea, there is no coffee, there is no green tea, there is no lemon water. Plain water as much as you want. Try to keep it room temperature, try to keep it warm. When you break your fast with water, fruits, dates, both of them, and then half an hour later, your building phase starts. You eat what you want, what your body requires for your health goal. Do not overeat, do not starve, do not try to diet in the building phase. Respect the building phase, respect the elimination phase. And I can guarantee you, your life is going to change in terms of your energy, your immunity, your hair, your skin, your weight. Now, if you take this diet and make it a fad diet, saying I want weight loss with intermittent fasting, it is not going to work for you. Your mindset and focus has to be intermittent fasting is helping my body get more healthy. A healthy body will automatically lose unnecessary weight and fat that it doesn't need. So you look at this as something good for your body. If you change your mindset and make intermittent fast a weight loss goal, it's not going to work for you. Why? Because you're chasing something different. Your intention is different. Everything is about intention. Then you'll do an intermittent fast, get on the scale, think you've not lost weight, get demotivated, you'll start fasting in the building phase, and you'll mess up your entire system. It's as simple like that. We've spoken about dry fasting. If you want to do dry fasting, it's intermittent fasting just without water. For 12 to 14 to 16 to 18 hours, you have no food, no water. Intermittent fasting is with water. You can choose what you want. I prefer dry fasting because I find it easier than intermittent fasting. Again, you say, how? No water, no food? Try it. Don't ask questions. Try it for 3 days. Everyone is different. There'll be a few people that fasting does not suit. And I would advise you to work on your mindset, work with your fears, work with all of that. And if it doesn't suit you, don't do it. It's as simple as that. Everything doesn't have to work for everyone. We have to have our own individual minds, our own mindsets, and follow our own path. When we stay on our own path with our focus in front, and we stop looking left and right and what the world is doing, that's when we'll start reaching closer and faster towards our goals. So it's as simple as that. You can make this a lifestyle. You can do it every single day. You can do it once a week. You can do it twice a week. You can do it once a month. Whatever suits you the best, do it. But be mindful, how is my body reacting to this? How is my mind reacting from this? Is it making me feel uncomfortable? Is it making me feel bad? Is it making me feel tired and lethargic? Don't make this decision in one day. Like I said, reach 3 days and then make your decision. Because this is going to be the future of all diets, where we go back to traditional wisdom, to the science of the human body, the intelligence of the human body. Because the closer we align ourselves with nature, most of our problems tend to get better. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And when's the best time to start intermittent fasting? Start right now. Start today. Start this evening. Finish your dinner. Fast for 14 to 16 hours. If you can't do 14 hours, do 12 hours. The second day, add on 2 hours more. Make it a lifestyle. Make groups amongst yourselves. Use WhatsApp. Make groups amongst your close friends. It's always fun to have someone close to you doing the fast together, because it's motivating that you know 5 or 6 of your buddies and friends are also doing it. Start making that lifestyle change right now and observe how your health changes. Have a great day, everyone.